Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
We are on the lovely Connecticut River here in Oakdale, New York, and we are about to do rowing, which is an Olympic sport and also one of our #1 sports here at Dowling College. For recruiting, you do have to have some experience or have at least rowed in high school or at another college, but I have a lot of walk-ons who have rowed no experience whatsoever. We call them novice, and they have no experience, probably have never seen one of these boats before, but they come down and try it out, and if they like it, they stick around.
The NCAA does not sponsor men's rowing, but our men's rowing has a terrific history and a successful tradition. Alysha Hurst is our head rowing coach, and she's just really done a great job over the last couple of years expanding and building our men's program, and now she's taken over the reins to the women's program as well, and we expect her to continue to do great things on both sides as the director of rowing. So you want to talk about a team concept. I mean, 1 through 8, you're all going at the same time, the same way, and you need all 8 firing all together, and these guys work hard.
Getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, practicing every day is a jump start on your day. You're done by 8 o'clock and you've had such an intense workout by 8 o'clock in the morning. You're using literally every muscle in your body, your legs, back, arms, even mental. Like, you have to follow the person in front of you. You're always thinking. It's either starboard or port. So one person has 1 oar and they're going to either starboard or port. They do not have 2 oars and going like this, it's just 1.
I've been rowing this is my 8th year. I started in high school and I got recruited to come here, so jumped at the chance. Bayshore was the only school in the South Shore, the only public school to have rowing. So when I had that opportunity, I went up to the coach's first day of my freshman year, and he told me I was on the team, and I started rowing from there. Everyone plays soccer or football or sports like that. No one really knows about rowing, and they all think rowing is like, you know, row your boat. Like, they all think it's really easy, but it's really the hardest sport in the world if you think about it, and it's the ultimate team sport. The first thing is the going backwards takes some getting used to. So you have the coxswain right in front of you steering, you know, keeping your wits. And what I always do at the start of the race is remind myself right before the start is to breathe, because 5 minutes down the race course I'm going to be dying and I'm not going to be remembering to breathe. So you want to get into that rhythm right from the get-go, you know, get into a smooth, steady pace with your boatmates, your teammates. And it's really just you're pushing yourself for as hard as you can for 7 minutes straight without a break. The main aspect of the rowing drive is all in the leg press. So right at the catch is where you have the oars in straight and you're pressing off with your legs, and that's a main thing that you want to get all 8 of all 7 of your teammates together doing at once. And then from there it's just breaking down the drive in pieces. You go legs, then you go back, then you go arms, then you just go back to the catch again. Well, what gets you maximum speed would probably be the leg press and then accelerating the oar through the water. If you dig your oar too deep, it could come back and hit you in the face, and that's called a crab. And you can get anywhere between minor crabs to, I've seen a kid get knocked out and had to get airlifted out from them. So you don't really want to go too deep. You want to just get the oar blade under and then keep going from there.
You'll see when they walk down the ramp, they all walk together, they all step down on the same foot together. They just get so used to each other that it's just the same thing over and over again. And then keeping it straight and commanding the boat is from the coxswain's perspective, and she or he is the smaller person who has a tendency to be loud and boisterous and command, and they're always good kids, and they steer the boat and yell at them, and basically they're the cheerleader of the boat.
You can't be afraid to, you know, scream and shout, and you have to have a lot of confidence, because when you're racing and you're starting right off from the beginning of the race, they want you to motivate them, and they want you to yell at you, and they want you to get them pumped, especially the guys. They don't want to hear you just saying, okay, let's go, come on. Like, they want you to get loud, and it's definitely a big part of the job. In most boats, you want to have even strength on each side. That's what you're looking for when you're making your lineup, is that no side is stronger than the other. But in conditions where there's winds pushing you to one direction, you have to either tell one side to stroke harder than the other, or you can use the steering, which is either a lever or there's ropes, and that helps to steer with the skeg, which is the fin on the bottom of the boat. Well, for the newer boats, the fours are bow cocks, which is where the coxswain's actually in the front, which is the bow, and they're laying down. So you kind of have a better view of what's in front of you. You don't have to look around your rowers, and it's more, I guess, less wind resistance because you're kind of laying down. But in the eights, which are the bigger boats, you're still sitting in the stern of the boat because it's too big of a boat to control when you're not seeing what your rowers are doing.
It is an advantage to be taller, but it's not a requirement. It makes the sport a lot easier. We have ways of measuring things out so that ultimately they're doing the exact same thing, and really they measure out so that they equal the same height ultimately. We move the foot stretchers forward, or the pitches are different and that sort of thing to make it so that they pretty much are exactly the same height no matter what.
We have a terrific group of men and women who represent our program. Academically, they're 3.0 GPA. Their graduation rate is terrific. Their contributions to the community of which we're a part. 2 out of the last 3 years, they've raised more money for Make-A-Wish than any school in America, and that's an NCAA initiative. We're a partner with the Keep Bicep Clean program. We do the largest clean of the year with all of our student athletes. But I think what's so prideful is how our student athletes go about their business. It's not just about athletics. It's the complete package of trying to be successful at all at which they do.